Hey guys, Cam Hawkins here from the tradingnut.com podcast, website and YouTube channel. Now today I'm going to walk you through a strategy that was submitted as part of my Robot Traders Club, where members get to submit strategies, I build them into trading robots, and we see how they perform. Now this one here is, we've called it Mass Outbreak, and you can see some of the trades here. So that one was a loss, and we got a winner here, we got a winner here, we got a winner here. This is a particularly good period of time for this robot. Winner here, a loss there, winner. Sorry, that was a loss, another winner. Now, I'm going to walk you through how this works so you can get a feel for the Robot Traders Club, learn a new strategy, and see how you can sort of, I suppose, extend strategies a little bit. Now, the first thing we're going to do is walk through what this person did to get their strategy built. So simply, they joined the Robot Traders Club, they clicked on strategies here, which took them to the submit strategy section. They filled in a quick form, uploaded I think they did a screenshot, some instructions, and some people do videos. It depends. If the strategy looks good, we add it to the lab, and I build it and automate it for you. Other members get to access it as well. We upload it to the lab here, as I mentioned, and then we've got a whole bunch that we're testing at the moment and a whole bunch that have failed. You guys get access to these trading robots as soon as you join. Then ones that work, we add them to the graduates, and they get a stamp of approval added to a live account, and you can map the progress of those. And each month, you remember, you get access to each of these graduate robots. Now, let's jump back into the chart and have a look at this one here called Mass Outbreak. So I'm just going to drag the settings across for this. So where are they? Here they go. So you can see here we've got our entry signal made here, and we've got two trades that it's entered. Now that's just a particular way that this strategy can work. So the way, and let me just walk through the basics of how this actually works. It's gone black on the screen, I know that, because that's what I've made it do. So the basics is we're looking for a Doji Candle, and if you don't know what a Doji Candle is, it looks something like that. It can also look something like this, and it can also look something like that. It could also have a much bigger body than that, so it could have a thicker body. It could even have a more thicker than that body. So the original strategy was based on these ones up here, where the open and close price was exactly the same. Now let's just X out of that, and we'll do another bit more of an explanation here. So if we get ourselves some drawing space. So the way it worked was, and this is the original strategy that was sent in, you've got your doji. We've got a body where the opening is the same as the close, and then let's just change the color here to blue. Then what we're going to do is we're going to set a penny order at this point here as soon as this candle closes. A buy penny order and a sell penny order. And what we're waiting for is the next candle to break that or break that. As soon as that happens, it's going to delete one of these penny orders. So it might delete the buy, or it might delete the sell. Whatever one's broken first, it'll delete the other one. Now the targets were pretty simple. So the target was, if we take the range here from high to low of this candle, we're looking at taking the exact same range, and that's our target. So I'm just guessing here, take one, it's 100% of that range, and that ran out of space here, but that would go up 100% as well. So that would be your target for the buy, that would be your target for the sell. Where do you put your stop? Pretty simple. You put your stop at the opposite side. So let's assume we took the sell trade. So our sell penny order is here, our stop loss is here, and our take profit target is somewhere here. And this should all be 1-to-1. And yeah, trade gets triggered, go for the target, and our stop is there if we're out. It was so simple that it needed some work to make it a little bit more, I suppose. It'll give us something more to work on, because I think on certain time frames this may work, but it's 1-to-1, and we might want to do more than 1-to-1. We also might want to do more than, what if the doji isn't exactly open and closed? Do we want to have more trading opportunities? So I thought, why don't I build the whole lot? Okay, so I've built that and I've built something else. So number one is we want to check whether or not this candle is going to be an acceptable doji. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to break that down. Let me just get rid of that box there. So you can see here there's a whole bunch of doji candles just clustered together that none of them have been taken as trades in this particular run through. So that's could be considered a doji. That one there, that one even there could be considered a doji, even though the body is quite big. Even that one there is sort of very skeptical, but it could be, the body is quite small compared to the wicks. That one there could be considered, that one there, that one there. So the list goes on. That one there was taken as a trade. So we need to define what a doji is going to actually look like. So what I've built into this robot is a maximum and a minimum amount of pips that our range could be for this particular thing. So let's say that this is our doji here. Our high and low is, let's give that a figure. Let's say it's 25 pips. Okay, from the high to the low. So that means if we had a maximum and a minimum candle range, so maximum and a minimum candle range of, let's say the minimum was 10 pips, the maximum was 30 pips, then this candle would be valid. Okay, this candle is 25 pips, so it's between 10 and 30. So 25 is between 10 and 30, so it's valid. So we're looking for a trade here. Now, the other thing we're looking at is the size of the body. Now, if we're looking for equal open and close, then this candle here is not going to be giving us a signal because it's slightly different. It's only off by probably a few little points. Let's have a look and see how much it's off by. It's probably like, so it's about 1 pip. This is an hourly chart, so it's about 1 pip. Oh, not even that. It's 0.7 pips. Okay, so it's so close, but to the naked eye, that would be a doji. So what I've done is I've built in a feature here. So this is the minimum. That's the maximum of that doji range. You can, if you don't want to do open and closed being equal to each other, you can actually change that to true. And now you're looking at a maximum body pips of 3. Okay, so that would be valid because it's maximum body pips of 3 and same, so within 3, so that is less than 3, yep. So all these ones that are less than 3 would be valid. So that's valid, that's valid. What was the one I looked at before? This one here is definitely not valid, that's 6. That one here may be valid, 4.5, no that's 5, so it's not valid either. Okay, so you can start extending this. I mean, maybe you want to choose 1, maybe you want to choose 2, who knows what you want to do. But it gives you that flexibility to see if the standard open plus close or open and close, which you can see are not that often. This is an hourly chart here. Even that's not one. They don't come around. Even that's not one. They don't come around that often where they're exactly the same. And look, it is very much broker dependent as well, because if your broker's feed is slightly different, there goes one. That's one there. If your broker's feed is slightly different from somebody else's, then you're not going to get the same trade. Can I see any more? Like that's one in about 4 days. All right, so different time frames will obviously give you better opportunities. There's another one. Okay, so they don't come around that often. And look, what time of day it is? It's right before the close. Probably not the best time to be looking for a breakout. Okay, so anyway, we digress. Now the exits. So the other part that I've added in here, and let's drag this back on here, is you can see here this exits, we've got 2. We've got a early exit and a later exit, or it lets the trade run a bit. Now the exit here we have is we can either use the range targets, which is what I showed you in that mock-up where we've got 100% of the range. You can actually change that to, and you'd use there's lots of settings that you can change within the Robot Traders Club. You could change it to 200. We want to take profit 200% of the range. So that would mean if this is our entry candle, which it looked like it was, we would be, and that's currently 16 pips, so we'd be looking at 30, let's do the maths quickly, 2 pips take profit. So there it goes, 32 pips take profit at 200% of the range. So you can make that 150%, you could make that 75%. It's up to you. It is up to you. It just gives us that flexibility with this robot to make a lot of changes. Now, there are a whole bunch of other settings, as you would have seen in that quick sort of run through here, that you can change within these robots that are built in the Robot Traders Club. A lot of them are standard. This one here, we've got the special exit. In fact, if you go to, I've got a webinar happening literally almost this time tomorrow. If you go to the webinar, you're going to learn about the special exit along with a whole bunch of other things. You can change the expiry time on the penny order. Now, look, most of these penny orders are taken pretty much on the next candle. Some of them aren't, but most of them are. But you can change the expiry time. You can change your take profit levels to use ATRs instead of the normal take profit stop loss, that sort of thing. There's almost nothing you cannot do. Okay, you can do virtually everything using these robots, and they're pretty standard on most of the things like NFP filter, news filter, weekday filter, hour filter. You can filter out whatever you want and make the strategy your own. Alright folks, that's it from me for this little video clip to fill in your week. And yeah, as I said, I've got this webinar coming up tomorrow. So if you do want to jump on that, if you get to this clip soon enough, I know a lot of you won't, then there should be a link underneath to jump in and check out the webinar. If not, hopefully you found this useful. Hopefully you learned something around this strategy. If you want to jump on board and get your strategy automated, then, or at least have a chance of it being automated, then head over there to the Robot Traders Club and check it out. And I'll put a link below the video for this one as well. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. See ya. Bye.